Sacrifice is hard, but like compound interest, it can pay off down the road. In life we have a limited amount of time and energy. In order to excel in any field, we have to give up on a lot of things, which are insignificant in the long run, though they may please us today. Here are the 10 things to give up to become successful. Number 1. Fear. Being afraid isn't always a bad thing. Fear, after all, can keep us safe, force us to live in the present, and can even be exciting. However, when left unchecked, it can interfere with your happiness and paralyze you. Eventually, you would need to jump. While it's natural to be afraid, like when taking the leap to start your own business, you need to overcome it. There are several ways to go about this, like understanding and embracing your fear. Others have found visualization, role-playing, or questioning the fear to be helpful. Number 2. Less mental freedom. I'm sure this is true for many working people, but it's just exacerbated when you're an entrepreneur. To be successful you have to put 100% into your business, and this means the line between work and personal life are blurred, or rarely exist. We are constantly thinking about what I need to do, or tasks that need to be completed, or form that need filling in. All my time is spent thinking about work, sometimes to the detriment of our personal life, which could be particularly hard for a teenager, but in a short while, there will be a need to sacrifice full mental freedom. Number 3. Health. The reality is, when we're determined to achieve our goals, we might start to neglect our bodies, and our minds. We start to eat less healthy, do less exercise, or maybe reduce it to none at all. We might even put our emotional and mental health at risk. It may not be the most ideal thing to do, but those determined to be successful know that it's only a temporary solution. We may not be able to put our full attention into our physical, mental and emotional health, but we have to be aware of when our body is being overworked. Successful people may start to neglect parts of their life in order to improve other parts of their life, but this can only last for a while. Sooner or later, you have to live a healthier life. Number 4. Sanity. At certain times in your life, you have to give up sanity and do the abnormal. Remember, if you do what you have always done, you will get what you have always got. There are days when I'm feeling more stressed, tired and overworked than on others. There are days when I question whether what I'm doing is really worth it. But I know it is. Working hard towards our big goals in life was never meant to be easy. These goals, and aspirations for the future are meant to test us, challenge us, and help us to realize how badly we really want them. All this may be in a short while. Number 5. Present desires. There are so many things that each of us wants right now. Things that might encourage us to procrastinate when we really shouldn't. We might want to do something simple like check our Facebook feed. We might want to do something more significant like buy a new car. But the question is, what is most important to us? We have to make the choice between our immediate desires and the needs that will propel our dreams forward. It's not wrong of us to have these immediate desires, these temptations to choose the easier option. It's normal to feel that way. However, when we sacrifice what we want right now, we are saving our time and energy for something more important, something that will bring us one step closer to our real goals, something we truly want, not just something we want right now. Number 6. Freedom. In the early stages of a startup, as a business owner, you tend to sacrifice your own freedom for longer-term success. Initially, you are unlikely to have a large or established team, and as such, you have full accountability and responsibility. In turn, this can often mean that you are always on call to an extent. Taking days off or going on holiday is problematic due to the lack of someone to replace you during this period. As the business grows, and the team becomes more established, you can then start to transfer some of this accountability and responsibility to relevant managers when required. You get your freedom back. That initial sacrifice is necessary though. Tight margins, and a sink or swim situation can be a monthly occurrence. As such, you sacrifice your freedom, and time and sleep, in order to transition out of your self-made captivity. It's worth it in the end. Number 7. Social life. One thing you will need to sacrifice on your way to success is your social life. I believe you need uplifting and ambitious people around you to be a successful person. But it's easy to become distracted by social events. Limit how often and what you do with friends. This will allow you to grow your business fast, saving time and focusing on doing only meaningful activities socially. In the end, you will be happy you did it, and once your business is thriving, you can use the freedom to spend more time with friends and family. Number 8. Money. Money is one of the sacrifices successful people make. Money is sacrificed in a few different ways especially. First, they are willing to risk their earnings and money for long-term gain and success. Whether it's obtaining a loan or investing their own money, they're willing to take a calculated risk that may or may not pay off. Secondly, many successful people are willing to live below their means, and earn very little money in the short term to one day be successful. Number 9. Sleep. Sleep. Another sacrifice that successful people make in order to achieve success is their sleep. Successful entrepreneurs sacrifice a good night of sleep to plan for the success of their business. Sleep is a sacrifice that successful people make because they know that they don't necessarily need too much of it. Sacrificing sleep can unlock more hours in the day for you to do more work and carry out your vision. Sacrifice is vital for anyone to be successful, and you have to be willing to make a number of these sacrifices. Number 10. Oneself. One thing that you have to sacrifice as an entrepreneur is you. Focusing on building your dreams with long hours, growing teams, the good and bad with that, accepting all the responsibility when things go wrong, and the stress of being a leader is taxing, but it's worth it to be able to do what you love,